There, I'm Holly McDonald with the Costa Mesa Pod, where we discuss all things concerning the lifestyle, businesses, and activities that make Costa Mesa such a great place to live. Today, I'm joined by Charity. She is the property manager over at the Triangle, which is a huge landmark here in Costa Mesa. And Charity, we are so happy to have you.
Thank you. I feel very welcomed.
Yeah, so do you want to share with us a little bit about the Triangle for those who may not be from the area and maybe not recognize what it is all about?
Sure. Triangle Square has kind of evolved over the past 30 years into a entertainment and restaurant and kind of nightlife center. So mainly what our tenant base is focused on providing excellent food, excellent entertainment, and just an all-around good time.
Awesome. And so you guys are located right kind of at the end of the 55 freeway, just before you head down into Newport and the peninsula. So it's definitely an area that gets a lot of drive-by traffic, foot traffic, and all of those things. It's a very visible location. I know that there are some new businesses that are supposed to be coming to the Triangle soon. Is there anything that you can share with us?
Yes, we do have a couple of new tenants. First, I do want to say that recently we opened up a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tenant, which is really exciting. The master, if you will, his name is Tony. He's been doing Jiu Jitsu for years. He's the highest level that you can reach, and he's under the tutelage under the Gracie Jiu Jitsu brand and style. So that's what he's recently opened at Triangle Center. So we're excited to have him, and that goes really well, or meshes really well with our 24-hour fitness, which is, obviously our two-story fitness center, which also has a swimming pool, which a lot of people don't realize that we do have a full-size swimming pool at the 24-hour fitness here. So moving into our two brand new tenants, we do have Prince Street Pizza, which is basically a renowned pizzeria. They originated in New York City, and they brought that concept, New York style pizza, to LA. It's been a hit. It's very popular in LA. And so now that the word is out on how good traditional New York style pizza is, they are trying to bring it down the coastline, and Costa Mesa is its first coast cities location. So we're really excited to have them open, and they are planning to be opening Memorial Weekend is when they're trying to open and be ready to serve.
I'm from the East Coast originally. I'm always looking for good, like New York style pizza. And so my family and I are definitely excited to check it out.
Yes, I am too. I keep waiting for them to open so I can have pizza every day for lunch. So, and then our next new tenant that's coming is Westwood Coast. This is the second location. So if anyone is from the Northern California area up in San Francisco, they have Westwood Bay, I believe is what it's called. And essentially, it's being tagged as a country bar, but what it is it's just a really exciting dining experience. They're mainly focusing down here in the beach cities, and in Costa Mesa is where they wanted to open, is the elevated dining experience. It's going to be a West Coast steakhouse with a little bit of Southern flair to it. So they're bringing in some very traditional steakhouse menued items, but they're also having some really neat add-ons, which are going to have some Louisiana flair to it. So we're really excited to see how that menu shapes up. They are a restaurant. That is what their main purpose is, but they are also a very fun restaurant. So they'll have DJs, they'll have live music, they'll have some country line dancing as well. They have a mechanical bull. So if anyone wants to come in and try their luck on the mechanical bull, they have that as well. So it's really just going to be a really neat, fun atmosphere, but it's going to be some really elevated food experience as well. So we're excited to have them.
I think that's a really good fit for the area. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of nightlife in the area, and just that specific location, the size and everything seems like it would be such a natural fit for people, whether they're making this like their only stop for the night or hitting it on their way out to maybe go to other places, or even like night capping there too, it seems like.
Yeah. What I love about Triangle Square is the fact that you have so many different types of food experiences. So we'll have this, elevated steakhouse with a little bit of country, a little bit of Louisiana flair. Then you have our sushi restaurant, which has excellent sushi in the area. And they just are really a fantastic restaurant. Then you have La Vida, who has more of the Mexican flavorings, and then you have Cafe Sevilla, which is obviously the Spanish Ibiza paella experience as well. And so it's just nice that you get to have so many different tastes and flavors here. And then, of course, our pizza place.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously having the gym and everything there too is just like a huge thing. And with so much parking and everything, it makes it super convenient for people.
Yes, very much so.
I've seen the triangle go through like a bunch of phases. Obviously, tenants are always moving in and out. That's like the cycle of life. But what could you say perhaps to people that may not have been in the area for a while about the vibe, I guess, that the triangle is trying to provide for the public?
I think I started as a property manager 2 years ago. The current owners have owned it since 2019. So basically, they purchased it right before COVID. And then obviously, COVID, ran its course and, affected a lot of businesses, not just in Costa Mesa at this center, but across, the world. And so slowly we have been trying to get things turned around. We've been supporting our tenants through the COVID process, and so that way they can stay and continue to service this population. We have really great tenants. All of our tenants are basically family owned. Our movie theater is a family owned movie theater. We do have the tanning salon, which is great. And even though it's a franchise, it's still a family owned franchise part. We have Time Nightclub, which, is obviously a lot of fun. It is part of a larger corporate group, if you will, but the guys that run it here locally, they live here. They're the ones that manage it. They live here. They work here. They play here. So it's really really just great tenants. From a property manager's perspective, that is just the nicest feeling, is to work every day with people that live and work in the Costa Mesa area. They care about their businesses. They care about the property. They care about the city. The general vibe, like I said, has kind of switched over the years from the initial concept of Triangle Square when it was built 30 years ago. And like I said, it's kind of morphed into this like entertainment, restaurant, dining, and just, a good time center. I would say it's fun. Like Triangle Center is fun. The people that come and patronize the businesses here are happy. They're looking for a nice time. They want to enjoy time with their loved ones. They want to enjoy time with their friends. So basically when people are here, they're here for a good time. They're here to have fun and they're enjoying themselves. And that's what I really love about it. And then obviously our businesses support that, with the different things that they offer, or if they, the different types of specials that they offer, they really want to promote that harmony as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think like I've had family come in from out of town and we've gone just to the Triangle to find a place to eat for dinner because it is a fun vibe and there's different options that you can explore. And even just being there, like in the early evening, you get the beautiful sunset views. You get like the views out to the mountains and the city skyline. And there's just like a nice area to just walk around. It's very pretty. People could take photographs there. It's a very nice place to be. You've done a good job of just fostering a place that, the community can really go and enjoy. And I'm glad you touched upon the movie theater because I think a lot of people forget that that's even there, even though that's probably been there one of the longest tenants, but it's still there.
Yeah, we still have very family friendly restaurants like the Yardhouse, and the movie theaters here, and then we have Tavern and Bowl, the movie, our bowling alley as well. So we have, I want to say, kind of like the perfect mix of the daytime, early evening, and then you kind of move into your later night fun stuff. So it's nice to be able to have something that offers for family and people that are just looking for just general entertainment at the theater. Eating at the Yardhouse is, a good family friendly. Not that any of the restaurants aren't family friendly, but, once you kind of get past the 10 p.m., 11 mark, that's when things kind of like tick up a notch a little bit and it's kind of like dancing and more fun. But then you have the movie theater and the bowling alley, which is really nice.
Yeah, I've never actually been to Time Nightclub, but I think that might be one of the only if not the only nightclub in Costa Mesa that's truly a nightclub. So I
Correct.
think that's a pretty big honor to have too. So your
It
center
is.
is really operating almost around the clock.
It is. It is operating, and we have 24-hour security for that. We have a lot of extra staff that's working, even our porters we have working into the late evening, early morning hours to, keep the center clean, to keep everything tidy, and, make sure that everyone's feeling safe and secure at the shopping center.
Yeah. And I would think too that having a true nightclub, even for the cities around us, a lot of them have, like places you can go in the evening until 2
Mm-hmm.
a.m. And yes, maybe they have music, or mostly it's more of a bar scene, I would say. So I would assume that that attracts a lot of people as well who are looking for, that place where they can really go and dance and enjoy the DJs and the music. So that's a nice draw to have too.
It is. Time Nightclub is actually on the top 100 best nightclubs in the world. So I think their ranking is right around in like number 60 in the world, which when I first read that, it was really exciting to see because they have a very specific vibe. They are part of the Insomniac entertainment group. So I'm sure you're familiar with Insomniac. They bring in some of the best DJs in the world come here. They have some of the best entertainment in the world that comes here. If you go to their website, they're always updating who they're bringing in, but they'll book DJs way out in advance for a year at a time, and you can see. So if you want to see some of the big names, you're going to be able to find them in Costa Mesa, which is nice because then you don't have to drive to LA for that, right? So you can
Yeah,
take an
and
Uber.
I'm really glad that you mentioned that because I think that that's something that a lot of people may not know. If they are maybe considering where they want to live and they're coming down to Orange County and trying to figure out what spots might offer some of the things they're used to. Maybe they're coming from LA or San Francisco and don't really
Mhm.
know. To them, Orange County is just Orange County, right? Like, how do you
Right.
delineate all the cities? So Costa Mesa does have this very unique mix of being able to offer like the laid back vibe. We're right by the coast, so we get that. But you also have some of your city like type of experiences, like a great nightclub or just a lot of
Hmm.
things that you can do in one spot where you
Hmm.
can literally just park your car and wander around and not have to
Hmm.
like drive from place to place like you normally have to do in the suburbs.
Yes, absolutely.
Where do you live? Are you in Costa Mesa or nearby?
So I actually live in Las Vegas, and so I come in once a month, sometimes twice a month, and hang out here for a week or two and manage the property that way.
All right. So, from an outsider's perspective, what do you like about Costa Mesa from what you've seen? I'm sure you've seen a little bit more than just the triangle.
I've seen a little bit more. No, I actually love it. My this particular building owner owns several properties, and I've worked for this building owner for many years. And when this property came up to where we were looking to make the kind of changes that we needed to make, I basically volunteered and said, hey, this is a quick flight for me. It's easy for me to get in and out. I love the city. I love the center. The center just has so much potential, and we're tapping into that potential. And like I said, it really has to do with just an amazing tenant mix, which our leasing team, uh, uh, Jeff, is with our leasing team, and he's bringing us really great tenants. And I think the thing that I love about Orange County or Costa Mesa in particular is it just feels very friendly. I'm originally from a small town, a small beach town, in fact, and so uh, I'm used to that type of population where people are nice, they're gracious, they do understand that there's a population that lives there, and then they also understand that there's a population that travel there. So when I come here, I'm always really excited to try to bring the best that I can enhance the city for the people that live here, because I understand that that is a big responsibility as a commercial business owner, and then also to help the tenants have good livelihoods and work towards when you're bringing the visitors here as well. And so that's what I really like about this center in particular.
That's awesome. And I mean, obviously, it goes hand in hand that like the community obviously needs places that they can go and enjoy, and that fosters a good community. It creates
Mm-hmm.
community spirit, creates jobs for the community. So there's so much where it goes hand in hand. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know that Prince Street Pizza is opening soon, and we have the other restaurant coming soon. Is there any
Mm-hmm.
other happenings going on at the Triangle that you'd like to share, or anything that is kind of the future vision that you'd like to share?
So we have one large vacancy left at Triangle Square. If anyone has been here for a long time, they would know it as the second story of the old Nike location. So it's a very large space that sits on top of the Time Nightclub. And I can't really share any details on it other than what we are trying to attract is more of a secondary family friendly activity, similar to like bowling. So it would be something that can cross between young children, teenagers, and into adults. So something that's going to have the same type of appeal as bowling, because you can bring a young family to bowling, you can bring teenagers to bowling, and you can bring adults into bowling, and each one of those groups are going to have their own fun time in their own way. So what we're trying to do is brainstorm and work with a couple of different ideas, so where we can bring in another type of activity to the shopping center that's in the same vein.
Okay. How large is that space?
It's over 8,000 square feet, so it's a pretty
Okay.
large space.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anybody out there that has any ideas, want
Yeah.
to
Yep.
share
We'd
pass
like
them.
to promote something that's going to be fun and engaging, and that can kind of cross the lines between, like young families, teenagers having a good time, and then also into young adults or older adults that might want to have a good time as well.
Yeah, no, I think that would be really good to have. So,
Mhm.
now as far as any events or anything that the center is doing, how do you suggest people find out more aside from driving by?
So we do have a Triangle Square website where they can go on and get some updates on that. They can subscribe to Triangle Square on Instagram, and they can also subscribe to their individual favorite restaurants or businesses that they like, because we do work closely with some marketing folks, and every month they're sending out updates, putting things out into the community, and using social media as the main medium to get that information out there.
Perfect. Well, Charity, thank you so much for sharing more about what's going on at the Triangle. It's certainly a huge piece of culture, Costa Mesa's culture. And
Mm-hmm.
I loved hearing a little bit more about what's coming. I know a lot of people have been wondering what's in store. So,
Yes.
everybody get on over there and check it out.
Great. Thank you. And I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you. Uh huh. Bye
Bye.
bye.